The situation with the Jets yesterday, we spoke about it in real time when we realized that the Jets had fired Robert Saleh. And I think by all accounts, Robert Salah had done his job. He's a defensive-minded head coach. The problem is the offense. But Robert Saleh and Aaron Rodgers, whether they were on the same page or not, doesn't matter because Robert Saleh was going to get the blame. You can't fire the quarterback. Aaron Rodgers came in, and you kind of gave him total autonomy. Robert Saleh looked like he was trying to coexist with Aaron Rodgers, but the offense is the reason why they're in this position. And Aaron Rodgers hasn't lived up to his end of the bargain so far, and now you fire your head coach. Also, there have been numerous reports about Robert Saleh being escorted out of the building yesterday, and a couple of different reporters said that there's a security guy who walked Robert Saleh to his car, which is protocol. It's not like they were forcibly removing him from the premises or anything of that nature. So that's Rich Cimini, who covers the Jets. I think at first we thought, oh my gosh, they're escorting him out, as much as we fired you and this is what protocol is. It sounded, I think, worse than, oh my gosh, what's he going to do? Are they going to make sure he doesn't have a confrontation with Aaron Rodgers? I think it was just, and now this happened to a couple of friends who left ESPN, and they told management they were taking another job. They were escorted out of the building. A little bit different here. This is the head coach. This is the head coach, and maybe it's just protocol, you walk him out. It sounded a little bit like, oh my God, they're forcing him out, or you got 4 armed guards with him. It was, hey, we're going to walk you out to your car. I don't know if they were worried about him stealing secrets. Like, what secrets could you possibly have? And if you had secrets, wouldn't you have used those to keep your job? Hey, whatever you do, don't take the offensive game plan out of the building. No, please take the offensive game plan out of the building. All right, Seton, what's the poll question we're going to go with?
More to blame for the Jets' struggles. ...
Okay.
The head coach, the quarterback, the owner. I'm going to throw the offensive coordinator in there. But there's maybe room that we can talk about the fourth. But to me, the OC seems to be getting a pass.
Nathaniel Hackett.
Shh.
I know. Who's to blame?
Maybe more responsible.
Responsible.
Let's not put blame out there. Why don't we say who's more responsible?
Well, I'm going to put it on Aaron Rodgers. Because Rodgers, he got to bring in his guys, whether it was Randall Cobb or Alan Lazard. He got to bring in his offensive coordinator, Nathaniel Hackett. And the issue has been the offense. He's missing in action during the summer. He's on a vacation to Egypt. The ayahuasca, journey as well. He missed all of last season. You're coming back from an Achilles, and you need to be there. You need to be there because your teammates are getting used to you. They didn't get used to you last year. You needed to be there. So I'm going to start there. The blame should be on Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to start there, and then you can trickle down. Nathaniel Hackett's his guy. So if you're going to say, oh, Nathaniel Hackett, the offensive coordinator, well, who brought him in? Aaron Rodgers did. And I don't think this is a case of Aaron goes to Nathaniel Hackett and goes, okay, sensei, enlighten me. I think it's more of a, hey, we're buddies. Hey, I'm thinking we're going to do this. Yeah, sounds good to me. All right, go get him. I don't think there's a pecking order or a chain of command there. It feels like Aaron Rodgers is running the Jets. And now we're going to find out. Now you want to run the Jets? Go get them. Because this is a winnable division. They could easily win 11 games this year. Or could have. So Tua is out. The Patriots are going with a rookie quarterback. And Buffalo may have played a little bit over their heads so far. This is a winnable division. You score 9 points at home against the Broncos. You go to London, and the quarterback that you jettisoned so you could take Zach Wilson is leading a team that's undefeated. Not a good situation. Not good. Yeah, Paulie.
I think after a day of thinking about this, I'm usually anti midseason firing. I think if you're Woody Johnson, you did the right thing here. If it was inevitable that the guy's going to be fired, let's try to jumpstart this season and not lose this season. With what you said, you have one team to beat in this division. One team.
And if they beat the Bills on Monday night, they're in first place. Isn't that crazy? I never would have brought Robert Saleh back this year, but I think they were trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't have any insights. I don't have any contacts with the Jets. But let's apply logic, which is what I try to do. And that is, okay, Aaron played 4 plays. Let's get the band back together and try it one more time and see if it's going to work. I think Aaron was he on the same page with Robert Saleh? I don't know. I don't even know if they were in the same book. I don't even know if they were in the same library. I don't think anybody's on the same page with Aaron Rodgers. And Robert Saleh is probably, how many times did he go to a press conference? And he would have to explain, defend. It just felt like, hey, where's Aaron? And then he said it's an unexcused absence there, which I was like, whoa, okay. It should be an unexcused absence when you're in Egypt and everybody else is there off-season workouts. Like, this is on Aaron. This is Aaron. You're a leader. You're getting paid. You're in New York. Everybody's all in. Let's go. But you weren't all in. And now you really have to prove, like, this shouldn't be your legacy. This might be your legacy. People forget about all the great things that you did. Green Bay couldn't wait to get you out of the building. And they flourished. And they found their quarterback. Denver was going to go all in on Aaron Rodgers because that's why they hired Nathaniel Hackett. Hey, if we hire you, will Aaron come here? I think so. And the Jets have announced they have signed Aaron Rodgers. And then Aaron brings his guy in. You want this? Now prove it. Go out there, be great. Yes, Marv.
If Hackett wasn't Rodgers' boy, would this have been like a Matt Canada situation in Pittsburgh where we know what the problem is, and it's the offense, and they got rid of Hackett?
They were going to demote him. That's the report. They were going to demote Nathaniel Hackett this week. And then all of a sudden they fired Robert Saleh. But Diana Rossini will join us coming up. She'll have some information on this. The Jets have the 26th ranked offense. They have the 5th ranked defense.
Ow! Stat of the day! Stat of the day! Stat of the day! Stat of the day! This is the stat of the day!
All you have to do is be average. Average offensively. Be a little better than you were last year with Zach Wilson, because remember, it was Zach Wilson was the problem last year. And while he was, who's the problem this year? Can't blame it on Zach Wilson. It's on Aaron Rodgers. You're supposed to make these guys better. Great quarterbacks make good players even better. Mahomes is doing that in Kansas City. Brady made a career out of doing this. This is what you need to do. And it's not that Aaron didn't do that in Green Bay, because a lot of those receivers and tight ends became better because of him. Now you have to do it. Here is your career. You got one more year. And how attractive is this job? I would never take this job. And if you said Rodgers is coming back one more year, absolutely not. If you said this is Aaron's last year, okay, I would consider the job. I don't want to walk into this. Do you think Bill Belichick wants to walk into this? Mike Vrabel wants to walk into this? I wouldn't. It may get uglier before it gets better. But I can't imagine. Everybody's like, oh, Belichick, he's the guy, or Mike Vrabel. Okay, they might be. First thing I would ask is, what's Aaron's contract situation? I would not want him back if I'm taking that job long term. No way. So now you have a coach you fired, and now you have a vacancy, and now how attractive is the job? It's New York. It's the Jets. You got a chance to revitalize. Oh, my God, if you win a championship. I would run. I would not want that job. All right, Seton, what other poll questions are you considering?
Well, how do we word a question about how desirable that job is? The Jets head coaching position. Because you have obviously any job in the NFL is highly desirable.
Yes.
But
But.
I think it depends on the caliber of coach you're looking at. Right?
Yes, Paul.
I think I got it. Let's assume a couple jobs were open. Let's assume Jacksonville and the Jets were open with what you know right now, and the offer was the same. Which one would you take?
Well, I want to be careful. I don't want to do that to Doug Peterson.
Yeah,
I don't want to do that because this is real. Jacksonville's hypothetical. I think if you said Jets opening or another opening around the NFL without getting specific, I just don't think the Jets' job is attractive because of Aaron Rodgers. As strange as that's going to sound, but he's got a year left on his contract. It almost feels like this is it. Yes, Eden.
So is the question, does Aaron Rodgers make the Jets' job more attractive or less?
Yeah.
Are we allowed to do that?
Sure, yeah. Because right now it's not attractive. He's not playing great mobility-wise. I mean, we saw glimpses. Remember, they beat the Patriots, and we're going, oh, my God. And then you realize they beat the Patriots. I mean, they could have lost to the Titans, but they've been in games because of their defense. What's the offensive play where you go, how about that magic there? Like, we're not seeing anything. No running game. The problem with the cadence. Like, what are we doing? Maybe if you're there in the offseason and you're working with your teammates and they do understand you and they do get your cadence, although I didn't buy into that excuse, and Robert Saleh backtracked from that, but still. And then all of a sudden Rodgers go, well, maybe there should be some accountability. Okay. Accountability is the offseason too, where you have to be accountable. You're the leader. It's not vacation time. You got the rest of your life. This is when you needed to be there for your teammates so they see you in the building. And yes, it sounds corny. First one to show up, last one to leave. How many players have we heard talk about their quarterbacks that way? Shows up, he's there, he leaves late. That's what Aaron needs to do. You got to be a leader here. This is your ultimate litmus test of this is when you show you're truly one of the greats of all time. Instead of somebody who was really great but had very little to show in the postseason. Yes, you have a Super Bowl. We're going to look at your career the same way. Brett Favre, at least when Favre went to the Vikings and Jets, he played well. But we're going to look back and say he underachieved with that greatness. And it sounds crazy to say that, as talented as he's been, to win those MVPs. And then you go, yeah, they got one Super Bowl. Yes, Marv.
And I think him winning the Super Bowl early, I think he won it maybe he's 26 or 27. We thought, or at least I did, he's going back to another 3 or 4.
Yeah.
You have all those home playoff losses too. Like he was losing these games at home.
Yeah.